a smart lab that shows how technology and innovation can help more of us live independently. Joining us from Adapt Community Network is Chief Program Officer Matt Parascondo. Hi, Matt.
Hi, thank you for having me. Looking forward to discussing this really exciting initiative at Adapt.
Well, a pleasure to meet you. Let's start out with a little bit of background, maybe, about the Adapt Community Network.
Sure. So Adapt Community Network is an organization that provides supports to children and adults with developmental disabilities. We were founded in 1946 by parents looking to support their children um, throughout New York City. We provide direct services to children and adults who have developmental disabilities throughout the five boroughs of New York City. And through our affiliates, we also reach into the Hudson Valley region of New York State. We support over 1,000 people in our day habilitation programs, over 900 people in our residential programs throughout our affiliates, both ADAPT and our affiliates. And that ranges from 24-hour care in the home to people that live completely on their own with intermediate checks from staff. Uh, we also support children through our preschool programs. In New York City, we're actually the largest preschool provider in New York State with 1,200 children ages 3 to 5 in our preschool program. Um, so that's just a little bit about ADAPT. We recently celebrated our 75th anniversary a few years ago and looking forward to 80 and more.
That's just amazing. And of course, some of the work that you're doing is relevant to people really all over. So tell us about something called the Smart Lab.
So Adapt for a long time has been on the forefront of using innovation. The mission of Adapt is empowering people with disabilities through innovation, one person at a time, and using innovation and technology it's always been on the forefront of our mind. And how can we support somebody? How could we help them achieve what they want to achieve in life, achieve goals in life, live independently, and do things for themselves? So we actually have a program called TechWorks Share and Trade that is demonstrates hands-on trials with devices through expert guidance, has loan programs that people could come and try out a piece of technology, both low tech and high tech, and see if it works for them. A couple of years ago, we thought, how do we expand this thinking? And like I said before, we operate residential programs throughout New York City, and we're always trying to get technology in those homes to help people live more independently and do things that they want to do. And the idea of building out a smart home lab that people could actually come in and test out smart home high technology, where they could see how would this benefit me. So we're not just, I think a lot of the times with technology, and I'm guilty of this in my personal life, is certain things are really cool to try out and they look good. You see a commercial, you're in a store and I'm like, I want that, and then I'm scrambling my head on how to use it, right? So a lot of times we fall into that, and we said, how can we make it easier for people and their families to get their hands and their eyes on all these great things that are out there that could help support them? How can we get that in the actual hands of people where they could fully test it out? So we have a space, one of our locations located in the Bronx, the borough of the Bronx in New York City, that is a fully functional replica of a home environment. We use it as a hub for showcasing and developing different assistive technologies. We are going to open it to the public as well as the people that live with ADAPT or that are affiliated with ADAPT. So it's open to anybody, and offering guided tours and employment opportunities for people to come and check it out. It's designed specifically to match people with technologies that meet their unique need. And one of the cool things that have come out of this is we've developed some partnerships with different technology companies, both locally in New York and throughout the country. And I think of one partnership with a place in California that developed a ring. It's called the Lotus Ring, that is used. It actually doesn't use Wi-Fi. And when we think about technology and some of the trip ups that folks have, it's internet connection and Wi-Fi, and there's stuff for that we have built into this lab. But you could actually test this ring out. It's infrared. It uses infrared technology, and it's for people with mobility issues. And you could use this ring to turn your lights on and off, or other switches throughout your apartment without getting up. So if you have a mobility issue when you're in bed and you don't want to get up, or you can't get up and you need extra support for that, but you really want your lights off or you really want your lights on, instead of waiting for somebody to do that for you, it gives you the power to do that when you want it, how you want it. So that's just one of the pieces of technology that's in that house, that's available for, or in that smart lab house, that people could use and test out and can make a difference in someone's life.
Well, the Lotus Ring is a great example, of course, but are there some other technologies that are being utilized that you're finding interesting?
Yeah, I mean, we have some, it may seem basic, but we use a lot of voice activation through, obviously like Google and Amazon, for folks to be able to use things like the kitchen faucet. So a lot of the people that we support may have, and may have trouble turning a faucet on or off. They may not be able to reach it. They may be in a wheelchair. And if their home environment isn't accessible, we have the kitchen that we have set up is actually fully modified and accessible for people to use in wheelchairs if needed. But we also use voice technology for people to be able to turn the faucet on and off. And you could give, voice commands, give me 2 cups of water, 3 cups of water, whatever. Also, with the voice command technology, we have smart locks where people can view the front door. They're able to view who is at their front door through a screen, and then be able to open or lock the door, or open the door if someone's at the door without having to get up, or if they can't get up or waiting for somebody to get their door. It gives them that freedom and independence. So having people be able to test that out, test that type of technology out, and linking them with how to install that in their own homes has really been something that we've seen some fruit from.
Now, this is in New York City, as you've said, but there really are ramifications for people everywhere, aren't there?
Absolutely. I mean, and I think a lot of times it's almost like a door being unlocked, right? And not to to continue the pun, but it's almost like a door being unlocked, and it's for people throughout, not just New York City or New York State, but really throughout the world. And technology opens doors for people to have independence and be able to really do things, that they may not have been able to do before, that they needed assistance for doing, and it helps them achieve that level of independence that is so, so important. That I think a lot of times we take for granted. I know I take for granted. I said before, our mission at Adapt is empowering people through these innovative solutions, one person at a time. And it's just important to remember, when you're dealing with people, people have unique needs, unique wants, unique desires, and using technology to match them, not just people with developmental disabilities, but any person, and technology, and using innovative technology, and home enabling supports could benefit anybody. And that's really one of the goals of the Smart Lab, is not just supporting people with developmental disabilities, which ADAPT does, like I said before, throughout New York City and New York State, but opening those doors for any person who can benefit from technology, whether it be seniors, helping seniors age in place, veterans that may need technology to help them in their home and navigate their home environment better. And our goal for the Smart Lab is to be something. The Smart Lab home is to be something that benefits everybody. Obviously in our area, but hopefully to be a model to be used throughout. Because, like you said before, anybody could benefit from technology.
And there are really exciting new innovations all of the time. Neuralink, so many
It,
companies. The self-driving vehicles, I suppose, providing the ability to get around better, perhaps coming to more and more people.
Absolutely. I mean, and I think that's one of the things, is never being in that box. And I know for me, I may be limited with what my knowledge of technology may be. And that's where it's important to lean on, a lot of the things that are out there, and companies, technology companies, or people that are experts in the field, how could we use technology to better support people, to have better outcomes, whether it be, like I said before, independence. We've seen some really good health outcomes for people. We partner with, and this is also available in the Smart Lab, telehealth technology through a company called Station MD. And it's basically a virtual urgent care in your home. And what's cool about them is they specialize with people with IDD, with intellectual and developmental disabilities. So the people we support are getting timely, high quality care by specialized physicians without having to go to an urgent care, and sit in an urgent care or a hospital and being treated. And it's just one way where technology, something as simple as a tablet, an internet connection, and there's some other stuff that comes in their package that you can monitor vitals and all that, but has really improved people's lives and really given people in both independence and positive health outcomes. And again, that was a partnership that just started actually through a grant that we had gotten, and we decided to expand it to impact more people.
Well, for more info, Matt, where can everybody go?
So they could our website, www.adaptcommunitynetwork.org, and that will show you all the supports and services that we offer. There's a technology section on our website that talks about all the different technologies and the different technology platforms that we offer. Our supports and services will tell you all about the different types of services that we offer throughout New York City and up throughout New York State. And if there's any questions based off of the website, they could reach out to Project Connect, and our Project Connect department, and that's Project Connect at adaptcommunitynetwork.org. And they will be able to connect you. There's also a phone number for Project Connect, which is 1-877-827-2666. And they'll be able to literally connect you with somebody at Adapt who can, if they're interested in learning more about the Smart Lab or learning more about some of the technology initiatives that we've put on at Adapt, and some of the technology that we've used, they'll be able to link you with that person and start a conversation.
Well, Matt Parascondo, congratulations on the work that you and the team there are doing. And thanks for spending time with us.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me on and having a discussion like this. This is great. And I could talk about it all day, but I won't. But I really appreciate your time.